Go on.
No, she's a big girl. She's alright. She's alright.
You go on.
Yeah, are you good? You good? Is modern dating dead?
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree.
No, it's modern. Yes.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
No, it's not that.
It's kind of weird. I think dating is more about like sleeping around right now.
What killed it?
Women.
It has to be online dating. You know, like Bumble, Tinder, Hinge. People just come on there, and most of them are there like for one reason, which is just to like link up one time and drop it. So.
Values, core values.
Like what?
Long-term happiness ain't seen as valuable anymore. People find joy in short-term happiness, and they want a lot of it. And I think nowadays people, they don't see like repercussions of their actions.
What killed it?
Snapchat.
What about Snapchat?
Oh, can I get a pic? Age, number?
So is it more men then?
Yeah.
So what's the issue with men?
Men are trash.
Well, dating apps, obviously. And I think just the behavior of humans in general. It's more superficial.
Modern dating?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't been on many dates, to be honest. I went on one previous week, and she was mansplaining everything to me.
Through a lack of respect and a rise in entitlement, they no longer wish to have actual standards for men, and it's just weird now. Women just want everything.
Where does that come from?
Where does that come from? It comes from the media, and the media wishing to create division. The government ultimately wishes to create division between men and women, because if we're all divided and not focusing on the real things, like the fact that they're robbing us, taking all of our money, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're just killing us. They're killing the economy and destroying everything. So they make us divided between... They want us divided over black and white, men and women, all of that kind of stuff, when we shouldn't be divided. We should be united.
Where do you think that comes from?
Home, your environment. Your environment is the biggest influence on any person.
Do you think social media has an impact on that and online dating?
110%. Where social media has made so many things accessible. It's positive, it's cool, but it's definitely a con as well, because we just have so much access to everything that we think that it's there for us when it really isn't.
Because that's all they want is bodies.
How do we get around that?
I don't know, you know.
Do you think online's made it easier or harder for dating in today's world?
I think it makes it easier technically, do you know what I mean? But it is hard to hold a decent conversation with guys these days.
Why?
Because they're just dirty.
I think it's just toxic in general. So,
What makes it toxic?
I think just the fact that we don't think that the person on the other side is a real thing. You just sometimes think it's more like an object, or I think that's what makes it really hard.
I think social media makes it a bit more difficult, but I think there's still true people out there that like to date more like the old way, I would say.
I think it should be more natural. It's all because of the phones, you know. So I believe that if we didn't have these phones, for example, when my dad was around, he didn't have no phone to talk to anybody. So it was more going on the streets and talking with people. So I think the phones maybe have impacted, and social media has impacted a lot of the dating life nowadays. It might be for the better, it might be for the best, but I think it's, for me personally, is better to be approaching women like in real life, not looking, scrolling around and just picking who you want to date.
Do you think social media and online dating has an impact on modern dating, a good or bad impact?
I do actually. I think it has. I think it's actually a little bit of a bad impact, because you look at the perfect picture all the time. But I don't know. Maybe you can meet more people over the internet. So.
Well, I think nowadays people focus more on the outside and forget about the personality of people and the inner values. So I think viewing people on social media like you are viewing someone in like a catalog makes it more difficult to search for the right person and get to know them more.
Do you think online dating makes it easier or harder?
I think online dating, for me personally, I don't do online dating at all, but I find it's an avenue that makes things much easier for the vast majority of people.
Do you think OnlyFans has had an impact on modern dating?
Woo! It's had a massive impact on modern dating. Now there's a lot of men who don't feel like they need to actually present themselves to a certain standard because they could just go get what they want to see for a little cheap change.
Would you be in a relationship with a girl that has OnlyFans?
No,
Why not?
because I have respect for my mother and my father.
Do you think dating today is harder for men or women?
That's hard, man. I don't want to. From my point of view, of course, I'll say men, but it's hard. It's hard.
Do you think OnlyFans has an impact on today's...
Lip.
No, answer the question.
Go on, now, swing that by me again. Swing that by me again.
Do you think OnlyFans has an impact on modern dating today?
Yeah.
Would you date a girl with an OnlyFans?
No.
Why not?
My mumsy, man. Come on, man. I can't bring OnlyFans. Go back to mumsy. Come on, man.
Would you be in a relationship with a girl that has an OnlyFans?
Honestly, I wouldn't really mind. I think, but she's nice.
Yeah. No, but in the sense of dating today, how people date, have we gone so far from what is considered dating?
No.
Why not?
Well, I feel like dating should just evolve with the people. If people want to date in a certain way, if that's different now than it was before, that's just how it is.
Do you think people have lost the value of a relationship? Do you think people care about relationships today?
I think they care, yeah.
You think they care?
Sure.
That's interesting. Do you think marriage is important?
Yes.
Do you think in today's society people see it as important?
Yes.
Are you from London?
I'm not.
See, that's probably why. Would you say marriage is important?
To me, yes, I want to get married one day.
What about in society? Is marriage seem to something that's important?
No, it doesn't. I feel like nowadays people are very independent and they think they can do everything on their own. And women don't think that they need men, and neither do men think that they need women either.
Is marriage important?
I personally do think so.
Do you think it is seemed important in today's society?
I don't think so. I think marriage is seen as bullshit and just a piece of paper in today's society.
Is marriage important?
To some, I think for me personally, I don't think it changes what the love is between the two people, but maybe like financially and stuff like that. As I said, like long-term wise, it might help.
Is marriage important?
100%. 100%.
Why?
So you want to have kids, you want to marry a good guy with a good job, good money. And I feel like good guys are not on Instagram or Snapchat, do you know what I mean?
I do actually. I believe in marriage, to be honest. Yeah.
Do you think it's seen as important in today's society?
I don't think. It's more like being a couple, but even more special. It's not like you marry one time.
Do you think marriage is still important?
Yeah, for some people. I mean, everyone is free to decide if that's the case. But I don't think about that a lot because it's more like a construct, right? So it doesn't mean that you love someone more or less if you marry someone. I think some people are quite happy without any marriage. Yeah?
I don't think marriage is important, but I do think that if you find a person that you want to spend the rest of your life with, that you really commit to them and do everything to make that work. But I don't believe that the essence of marrying is the most important thing.
How do we fix that?
We fix that by reminding most guys that if you die and you're not married to your girl and you're not going nowhere, bro, the government are going to treat her like she's just a stranger in your yard, and your youths are going to just have a much harder life if you're not married to your woman. So just marry up the woman, man, make her honest, and make sure your youths have an easier life and can inherit your things a lot easier, bro. Fix up.
How do we fix this predicament we're in now?
We've got to be honest with each other. Communication, for one, that's the most important in any relationship, whether it be friendships or relationships.
How do we get back to traditional dating standards?
Very deep questions. I think it really helps if you see someone, just talk to that person. Don't rely on dating apps. I think just make a step outside of your own space, right? And
in-person connections.
In-person connections, yeah, obviously, yeah.
How do we get back? Well, actually, we should do many things different in our society nowadays, so it's pretty difficult.
Like what?
Like I said, for example, don't focus the whole time on the superficial side of people, and focus more on the internal values. For example, social media doesn't make it more easy for us. But what we could do is try to learn people more on a deeper level, and try to forget more superficial side of it. Yeah.
Are we too far gone to return back to traditional dating standards?
I do not think so, because when I date a girl, it's always traditional dating standards, and she's always reciprocating those standards as well. So I don't think so personally.
So you think that we're decreasing as a society, maybe?
I wouldn't say decreasing. I think we're always growing in different ways. Dating isn't the most important thing in life. But in regards to like marriage, yeah, has decreased.
Are we too far gone to return back to the traditional way of dating?
I think so, yeah.
I'm a little scared for what you're going to ask me.
Is modern dating dead?
It's modern what?
Dating.
Modern dating what?
Dead.
Yes.
Why?
I've just been single for 3 years. That's my only answer.
What do you think killed it?
Tinder.
End it like that. That's perfect.